Okay, we're very happy to be here tonight. So tonight we want to talk about or remind you that you are non-physical source energy. We tend to forget this. We get caught up in this identity, this self. But we have to remember that we are self-created, that we all started in the non-physical source energy, but we forget we get attached to this body and we only identify with the body, forgetting who we really are. We really are non-physical source energy, but we forget this. And we get lost in the physical realms, our thoughts, especially our negative thoughts. It's almost like we're addicted to these negative thoughts and they keep coming one after another, and they build this momentum. So this spirals down. Like Sam here had all these diseases because he was caught in this negative thought addiction spiral. It just kept going downwards and downwards and downwards. And the way we stop this pattern is to just be here now. Be physically here now. Like, where are your feet? Where are your hands? Where are you sitting? Get yourself grounded into this moment, because you can't be in the mind and in this moment. You're either in the thoughts or you're here. So we're here to remind you tonight just to realize you are this source energy, this non-physical, but you get caught up in everything, not realizing that you are the source that's all self-created. But we get caught up in all these stories, all these outside influences. But we just have to relax and just remember who we are, that you came from the non-physical into the physical, that you created yourself. You created your diseases, you create your relationships, your career. You are the creator of everything. But we forget this simple fact because we get lost in our stories. Our stories are so entertaining, but they're not making us feel good. And the whole point of this is to feel good, to feel empowered. So we just need to relax, be at ease, realize we are the source of it all. There's no separation. But it's all about feeling good. And how does the non-physical source see everything? It sees everything from a place of love, from joy. But we get this heaviness down, very heavy human experience. We just need to relax, uplift, feel good, and realize we can have it all because we are this source energy. So why do you continue to doubt yourself? Why do you continue to look outside yourself for these answers? When everything is within you, there is no separation. You are connected to all that is. Do you realize your power, your strength? Are you excited about life? Do you see life as Source sees life? Or do you see it through your negativity, pulling you down? How do you uplift yourself? Do you listen to music? Do you dance? How do you relax? Get out of that mind into alignment, back into alignment to your source energy. That's all we need to do, but we overcomplicate things. Figuring out all these steps. How do I do this? And we get ourselves really, really busy. And we just need to say, hey, time out. What am I doing here? I am this non-physical source energy, and everything that becomes reality is my responsibility. My thoughts become things because I am the creator of this experience. So just relax and remember who you really are. That's all that's required of you. But we make this so difficult when it does not have to be difficult. And we've been taught not to trust yourself. That's one of the things where we forget who we really are. Society is constantly telling us not to trust ourselves, that you don't know what's best for you. They're always trying to dictate life to you on their terms. We got to say, hey, time out. This is not me. This did not come from me. But in a way it did, because your thoughts created that reality. But we don't want to go there, chase down that rabbit hole, but just to realize that you are the creator of everything. And sometimes you're creating mayhem, chaos. You got to take a time out, come back into this moment, right here, right now. Where are your feet? Where are your hands? Where are you sitting? What do you hear? and just keep grounding yourself here into this moment. This is where source is in this moment. It's not in the thoughts. Thoughts are the wand, if you will, to create our reality. It's not the other way around. The body didn't come first, then source later. Source is always first, but we forget this. It's a game we play, remembering and forgetting who we are. But just take a relax, take a breath, breathe, let all of these stories go that are not serving you. And we just be here. Relax. Then we look at the outside world and we don't see life as it is, because this doesn't give it juice, it doesn't give it energy. We want to see life how we want to see life. If things are not going the right direction, you do not have to accept it. See it as you want to see it. It may not happen instantly, especially if you didn't do any prime work before that, get the energy moving beforehand, but you're in that situation now. So the best you can do is to stay calm, stay at peace, stay happy, stay joyful, and say, this situation will change because I have this wand of creativity that can change things. But just pause, remember who you are. There's nothing to figure out. There's nothing to learn, because you're connected to all that is. You are the source. You have all the information right within you, as you, because this is the real you. Stop getting lost. Be here. Be happy. Be content. Let go of anything that makes you feel bad. And sometimes we have to look at these deep, hard emotions. We don't necessarily want to bypass them either. We want to say, oh, this is interesting. Why do I feel this frustration, this anger, this upset? Where is this coming from? And you go within, you look at those roots, and you pull them out. You say, you no longer serve me. You're tying me back to the past. And I'm forward thinking. I'm always looking ahead to create that life of my desires. We just want to pause and just see if there's any questions here before we dive into any type of practices. But we really want to serve you tonight. How can we answer those questions for you? Because we may talk in the top, what is my new direction? How can I support my nephew and my family? Well, you start by not trying to figure things out, not trying to plan things out. The mind's always busy. There's always something lacking. I need to support my family because I'm missing this, that, and the other thing. We want to stop focusing on things that we're lacking. Because you lack, you get more lack. You focus on your family being supported. You see your nephew being supported. See your nephew and your family in your ideal situation. See the best for them continuously. Don't go into any place of lack. It's about feeling good and seeing them as you want to see them. See them in this new life, this new reality, where they are provided for, where they are supported, where they are thriving, where they are happy, where they're not sick, where they're just fully full of life and zest. But it starts seeing them this way instead of the lack. This is what we're talking about earlier tonight, was the mind's caught in this negativity loop, that this is missing, this is missing, this is missing. This loop spirals into a negativity and you create a nightmare scenario. But you are the creator. But you turn that around by envisioning how you want them to be, not as they are, but how you want it to be. And you hold that vibration of non-physical source energy, which is very loving, very caring, very peaceful. And it sees no lack. It just shares love. You love them unconditionally. You uplift them. You cheer them on. You see the good in all aspects. And you just root them on. Trouble letting go of anxiety. It haunts me like a shadow. But you see the shadow is of your creation. More anxiety creates more anxiety. Once again, it's the spiral loop that creeps, just keeps creeping along. Gives you more things to look at that create anxiety. We got to start seeing things in a different viewpoint, a different perspective. And maybe this is meditation. Maybe this is just really learning to be present in this moment, because you either be present or in worry or anxiety. So be present. If you're fully present, anxiety cannot exist. Or you just learn to be here, then envision your life, support it, provide it for, because you are the creator. No one else is creating your reality except for you. You're it. This anxiety is self-created. You're forgetting who you really are. You're believing the story of who you are really not. You are not anxiety. We want you to be uplifted, encouraged. Find your strength. Find the power filling your body. This power is just filling your body. It wants the best for you, but it's always saying yes to what you're asking for. So just continue to relax, learn to be present, and just feel good in this moment. I feel like I'm reacting to so much food, environment, everything, and it doesn't feel good. Okay, how can we turn this around? It looks like everything in your environment becomes poison because you have these poison thoughts that keep spiraling down. So when you feel your environment, when you feel the foods, whatever it may be that's causing a suppression, a resistance of feeling good, then we have to start the basics. We have to back up and just learn to be present first. Notice where the mind is trying to derail the situation. Look at it from the eyes of your true self, the non-physical, and see that love, feel that love in the situation. I love this food, it makes me feel good. I love my home, it makes me feel good. And you just start giving this impression, you give it this positive intention, this positive momentum, that most people are in a negative spiral downward. They're becoming default creators. We're here to learn to be a deliberate creator. A deliberate creator sees the situation, is aware of their power, and sees things as they prefer them to be, not as they are. You got to stop allowing reality to keep you where you are. You got to keep yourself moving forward. Okay, what does Abraham share with regards to dementia, Alzheimer's? At this point in their journey with dementia, Alzheimer's, they're not really aware of reality to the degree that we're aware of reality, if you will. So it's all a matter of seeing that this person that is suffering with this mind that's failing them, they're really here to be teachers for humanity. At that point in life, they go into a certain point where they're just teachers of compassion, of love, supporting them unconditionally and seeing them for who they are, who they really are, not as the mind seeing them right in this moment. See them too as non-physical source energy in this body that's failing, if you will, the mind that's failing. But they're really here to be teachers of compassion, of empathy, of caring for your fellow man, if you will, an expression of love. Can you love that person unconditionally, regardless of asking you the same question 5 times in a row, or looking at you and saying, who are you? We just love them. We don't want the mind to get caught into a story remembering how they were, because mind will go into the past. I remember when they were 20 years ago, when they know my name, they knew exactly what was going on in my life, and all these stories that we have. We have to step back and say, see how they are right now. See who they really are. That's the key, seeing who they really are. not getting caught in the mental loops of identity. That's not serving them, but they're really here to be teachers of love, of compassion, and for helping you to see who they really are, not these mental stories. Because ultimately the body does fail and we return back home, back to source energy. So no one really dies, no one really born. It was just a matter of this is their current expression. But we have to remember who they really are and just love them for who they are. And if we loved everyone for who they really are, the society would be completely different. But we're so identified with the physical and all these stories with physical, we have all this contrast, all this division, all this separation, all these upsets in the world, all this anger. But it's really about learning to be the expression of love, to be who you really are, which is just pure, innocent love. So give them that pure, innocent love in return. Don't get frustrated, don't get angry, don't create this negative spiral. Just see them who they are. That's all that's required. Once again, we're making things too difficult. The mind loves difficulty, but it's not required. This life does not have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be complicated. We can wield this sort of creativity. But with the case of where the mind is failing, they might not have the mental faculties to fulfill their story of them, if you will. But we need to let go of that story. But tonight's all about remembering who you really are, that you are source energy, and we get caught up in the physical. The physical comes and goes. It's in constant flux. But the essence, the source energy, never changes. It's always the one consistent in life. And it's always filled with love, peace, acceptance, knowing that all is well despite outer appearances. And we just have to relax and just love. That's enough. What's the best way to walk a person home if they have unfinished business? You give some more details when you mean by unfinished business. And by home, are you referring to their physical home or home back to the non-physical? Because when we see home, that's back to the non-physical source energy, because that's ultimately home. But we also have these physical homes as well. And what is this unfinished business that you're talking about? Because there is no unfinished business. The mind has all these rules, all these stories that we come here for some purpose. We're here to create our reality. And whatever we get done in the allotted time is what we get done. There's no rules, there's no nothing, so there is no unfinished business. Everything is unfolding in perfect order. There are no mistakes, there are no failures. It's all self-created. But we just have to relax in peace and love, that everything is unfolding perfectly in ways the mind cannot understand. How do I know I'm on the right path? I think a better way to look at this, are you in alignment with who you really are? Do you feel good? Do you feel happy in this moment? You're looking for it. There's no path. It's alignment. Are you in alignment with who you really are? Are you filled with love, joy, happiness? Or do you have an emotion that makes you feel bad? If you're feeling bad, then you're not in alignment. So there's no path. It's a matter of alignment. Are you feeling good, happy, excited, invigorated by life? Are you feeling down, beaten up, not feeling good? That's really the question you need to ask yourself. Go to your emotional guidance within you. What's your emotions telling you? Follow that. It's all about alignment with who we really are. A place of unconditional love, of bliss. knowing that all is unfolding as it needs to unfold, that there's nothing to heal. We're just constantly staying in a state of well-being, aligned with who we really are. Once again, the mind loves to make difficulties, and the difficulties only exist in the mind. To the non-physical, there's no difference between making a button and a skyscraper. It's just a different form of source energy. There's no difficulty there. There's no levels. There's no challenges. Just can you hold that vibration of source in the physical body? And we do this by feeling good, by playing uplifting music, videos that we like, painting, dancing, whatever it is, that one thing for you that lights you up. What is that one thing that lights you up? And what can you do to stay in that lit up stage? Because life will just unfold. It will give a forward momentum to really create that life of your dreams, your desires, that we're here for the ultimate experience, because we are the creators of that experience. Not seeing any questions right now, so let's just take a moment to relax. Allow the eyes to soften and get removed those external stimulations. Let's clear out all this clutter, all this junk that's not creating a state of well-being, that's creating disharmony in the body. So just feel the essence of us, that we are source energy, an extension of that, like a ray coming from the sun. Feeling yourself as this pure light, pure joy, where all is well. As we surround you in this divine love, reminding you that you are this divine love. In this space of love, disharmony cannot exist. It's just a state of peace, of ease, of grace. As we feel ourselves returning back home, home being this non-physical source energy, just returning home. Nothing to figure out, nothing to understand, just to relax, to come back home, to come back to center, come back to wholeness, realizing there's nothing to figure out, nothing to understand, no mistakes, that everything is self-created. So when you're in a state of peace, you can become an easier, deliberate creator. You're no longer being pulled all over the place by your emotions. You're able to hold this steadiness of peace. We don't overcomplicate things. We allow ourselves to relax, to be at peace, to be at ease in this moment. We're letting it all go as we fall deeper and deeper into the silence. Then once we're in the silence, the mind's quiet. We can now bring forward some emotion that makes us feel good. May you bring your favorite song to mind, your favorite dance, your favorite art, whatever it may be. You feel this positive, uplifted energy from Source just enlivening the body. Maybe you feel this fire within you growing and growing, focusing on this flame, focusing on the heat, getting you excited about the possibilities. Then we daydream. We see life as we want to see it, whether it's you in a healthy body, your family in a healthy body, you fully financially support it, new home, vacation, whatever it may be. You imagine, you daydream, you let go of all these rules of physics, of science, knowing that there's no limitations, nothing holding you back, that you can create it all. We create this momentum. We give it fuel by feeling good. Then we let it go and we relax. We see what the inner impulse is to make this become a reality. To do this, to do that, whatever it may be, but knowing that we are it. It's all self-created. I am the creator of my reality. There's no worry, there's no stress, there's no anxiety. Fully empowered, fully enlightened, filled with light, filled with love. Creating this world of our desires. No limitations, no rules, no restrictions. We can just come back here feeling nice, light, and free. Just a simple, 5-6 minute practice of getting into peace. Once again, it doesn't have to be difficult, doesn't have to be complicated.